It often begins so subtly that many people barely notice it. You reach for something on a high shelf and feel slightly unsteady. You step off a curb and hesitate for a moment. You stand on one foot while putting on a shoe and suddenly realize it feels harder than it used to. For many adults over 50, balance changes don't happen overnight. They happen gradually, quietly, almost invisibly. And while occasional unsteadiness may seem like a normal part of aging, it isn't something you should simply accept without understanding why. Because balance is not controlled by one thing. It is the result of a remarkable partnership between your muscles, your eyes, your inner ears, your nerves, your brain, and even your confidence. When one part of that system begins to weaken, your stability can begin to suffer. The good news? Many of the most common causes of balance decline can often be improved through simple lifestyle changes, targeted exercises, and greater awareness. Today, we'll explore 20 surprising reasons balance declines after 50 and what you can do to stay steady, active, and independent for years to come. Beginning around age 30, most adults gradually start losing muscle mass. By age 50 and beyond, that loss can accelerate if we become less active. Muscles do far more than help us lift heavy objects. They stabilize our joints. They help us react quickly when we stumble. They support posture and movement every moment of the day. When leg and core muscles weaken, balance often suffers. The encouraging news is that muscles can respond to training at almost any age. Simple strength exercises such as chair stands, wall push-ups, resistance band workouts, and daily walking can help rebuild stability and confidence. Many studies show that older adults can gain significant strength even in their 70s, 80s, and beyond. Deep inside each ear lies one of the body's most remarkable balance systems. Tiny structures constantly monitor movement and position. They tell your brain whether you're turning, tilting, or standing upright. As we age, these systems may become less sensitive. This can lead to dizziness, instability, or a sensation that the room is moving. Balance-focused exercises, vestibular therapy, and medical evaluation for persistent dizziness can often help improve symptoms. Never ignore frequent dizziness. It deserves attention. Your eyes contribute more to balance than most people realize. Every step you take relies partly on visual information about your surroundings. Depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral vision all play important roles. Age-related eye conditions can quietly affect balance. Regular eye examinations, updated eyeglass prescriptions, good lighting throughout the home, removing visual hazards that may increase fall risk. Imagine you're walking through a parking lot when your foot catches the edge of a curb. When you were younger, your body may have corrected itself almost instantly. Your brain received the signal, your muscles responded, and your balance was restored before you even realized you were in danger. But as we age, the communication between the brain, nerves, and muscles can become slightly slower. Not dramatically slower, just enough to matter in critical moments. Balance is not simply about standing upright. It is about how quickly your body reacts when something unexpected happens. Researchers have found that reaction speed plays a major role in fall prevention. The slower the response, the less time the body has to recover from a stumble or loss of footing. Fortunately, reaction speed can be improved. Activities such as walking, dancing, tai chi, gentle sports, and balance exercises challenge the brain and body to work together. Every time you practice movement, you are training your body to respond more efficiently. The goal is not perfection. The goal is maintaining enough responsiveness to stay confident and independent. There is a moment in every step you take where your body must decide what to do next. Stay steady, correct balance, or recover from a stumble. In youth, this decision happens in fractions of a second. So fast, you never notice it. But after 50, that internal response system may begin to slow slightly. Not dramatically, not dangerously at first, but enough that recovery from unexpected movement, like a slippery floor or uneven ground, takes a little longer. And in balance, milliseconds matter. This is not a failure of the body. It is a natural shift in how the brain communicates with muscles over time. The good news is that reaction speed can be trained. Simple activities like walking at varied speeds, gentle dancing, tai chi, and light coordination exercises help reawaken the brain-body connection. Every small movement teaches the body to respond again with confidence. Balance is not lost overnight, and it can often be rebuilt the same way it was maintained, through consistent movement. One of the most powerful truths about the human body is this: it adapts to what we ask of it. If we move regularly, our muscles become stronger, our joints remain more flexible, our balance systems stay engaged. But when movement decreases, the body begins to adapt in the opposite direction. Muscles weaken, coordination declines, confidence fades. Many adults become less active after retirement, injury, illness, or major life changes. The result can be a gradual decline in stability that feels like normal aging, but is often related to reduced physical activity. The good news is that movement remains one of the most effective ways to improve balance at any age. Even a daily walk can provide significant benefits. The body was designed to move, and it responds remarkably well when given the opportunity. One of the most powerful truths about the human body is also one of the simplest. It adapts to what we ask of it. When we move regularly, the body becomes stronger, more responsive, more stable. When we stop moving, the opposite begins to happen. Muscles weaken, coordination fades, confidence slowly diminishes. Not because the body is failing, but because it is conserving energy where it is no longer being used. For many adults after 50, lifestyle changes such as retirement, joint pain, or caregiving responsibilities can reduce daily movement without notice. But even small movement restores function. A short walk, light stretching, standing up more often during the day, gardening, household movement. These are not minor actions. They are signals to the body. We still need strength. We still need balance. Your feet are the foundation of every step you take. Yet many people underestimate how much foot health affects balance. Conditions such as arthritis, bunions, neuropathy, and even improperly fitted shoes can alter the way we walk. Pain changes movement patterns. Reduced sensation limits important feedback to the brain. And poor footwear can create instability, where stability is needed most. Think of your feet as the body's connection to the ground. When that connection becomes compromised, balance often suffers. Regular foot care, supportive footwear, and professional evaluation for persistent problems can make a meaningful difference. Sometimes improving balance starts from the ground up. Balance begins at ground level, at your feet. Every step you take depends on the stability, sensation, and alignment of your feet. But with age, changes such as arthritis, nerve sensitivity loss, or foot deformities can quietly alter how you walk. Even something as simple as worn-out shoes can affect posture and stability. Supportive footwear becomes more important after 50. Regular foot checkups help identify issues early, and addressing pain quickly can prevent long-term movement compensation. Because when your foundation improves, everything above it becomes more stable. Many older adults take medications that improve quality of life and manage important health conditions. However, some medications may have unintended effects on balance. Dizziness, drowsiness, blurred vision, changes in blood pressure. These side effects can increase the risk of falls. This does not mean you should stop taking prescribed medications. Far from it. Instead, it highlights the importance of regular medication reviews with your healthcare provider. Sometimes a small adjustment can significantly improve stability and safety. Many older adults take medications that are essential for health and longevity, but some medications may have side effects that affect balance. Dizziness, fatigue, lowered blood pressure, delayed reaction time. These effects do not mean the medication is harmful. They simply mean the body is adjusting to important treatments. Regular medication reviews with healthcare providers are essential. Sometimes timing adjustments or small changes can significantly improve stability. Never make changes alone, but always ask questions. Because awareness is the first step towards safety. Have you ever stood up quickly and felt lightheaded? That sensation may be related to a temporary drop in blood pressure. When blood pressure falls suddenly, the brain may receive less oxygen-rich blood for a brief moment. The result can be dizziness, blurred vision, or feelings of instability. These episodes become more common with age and can significantly increase fall risk. Hydration, gradual position changes, and medical evaluation can often help manage the problem. Never ignore frequent dizziness. Your body may be trying to tell you something important. Have you ever stood up too quickly and felt the room shift for a moment? That brief sensation may be related to blood pressure adjusting too slowly. As we age, the body's ability to regulate blood flow instantly can change. When this happens, the brain may receive slightly less oxygen for a moment, and that can create dizziness or instability. Slow transitions, proper hydration, regular medical monitoring. These simple habits can reduce sudden drops and improve safety. Sleep is not simply rest. It is recovery. During sleep, the brain processes information, repairs tissues, and prepares the body for the next day. When sleep quality suffers, balance can suffer too. Research shows that sleep deprivation affects concentration, reaction time, judgment, and coordination. In many ways, a tired brain functions less efficiently. Creating healthy sleep habits can support not only energy levels, but physical stability as well. Sleep is not simply rest. It is biological restoration. When sleep is disrupted, nearly every system in the body is affected, including balance. Fatigue slows reaction time, reduces concentration, weakens coordination. Consistent sleep routines, reduce screen exposure, calm evening rituals. Better sleep often leads to better stability the very next day. As we age, our sense of thirst often becomes less reliable. Many older adults do not realize they are becoming dehydrated until symptoms appear. Even mild dehydration can contribute to fatigue, weakness, dizziness, and confusion. All of these factors can influence balance. Water plays a critical role in circulation, muscle function, and overall health. Sometimes one of the simplest ways to support stability is to drink enough fluids consistently throughout the day. Even mild dehydration can quietly affect balance. The brain depends on proper hydration to function clearly. When fluid levels drop, dizziness, fatigue, and weakness may follow. Small, consistent water intake throughout the day is more effective than large amounts at once. Vitamin B12 plays an essential role in nerve health. When levels become too low, nerves may not communicate effectively with the brain. Some people experience tingling sensations, numbness, weakness, or balance difficulties. The challenge is that B12 deficiency often develops gradually. Symptoms may be mistaken for normal aging. Testing and treatment can often improve symptoms when deficiencies are identified early. Medical support, B12 injections first, then maintenance supplements or diet support. Vitamin D is sometimes called the sunshine vitamin, yet its influence extends far beyond bone health. Vitamin D helps support muscle function, strength, and coordination. Low levels have been linked to increased fall risk in older adults. Safe sunlight exposure, appropriate nutrition, and medical guidance regarding supplementation may help maintain healthy levels. Arthritis can quietly change the way we move. Pain leads to compensation. Compensation alters walking patterns. Altered walking patterns can affect balance. Many people with arthritis begin taking shorter steps or avoiding certain movements without realizing it. The result may be reduced stability over time. The goal is not to ignore arthritis. It is to manage it effectively so movement remains possible and confidence remains intact. When people hear the word core, they often think of fitness magazines. But your core muscles serve a much more important purpose. They act as the body's central stabilizing system. Every time you stand, walk, reach, or turn, your core helps keep you balanced. Weakness in this area can make everyday activities feel more challenging. The encouraging news is that gentle exercises can strengthen the core safely at almost any age. Ironically, fear itself can become a balance problem. After one fall, or even hearing about someone else's fall, many older adults become more cautious. That caution is understandable, but excessive fear often leads to less movement. And less movement can cause even greater weakness. A cycle begins. Fear leads to inactivity. Inactivity leads to reduced strength. Reduced strength increases fall risk. gradual confidence-building exercises, supervised balance training, safe walking programs. Sometimes rebuilding confidence is just as important as rebuilding muscles. For some people living with diabetes, balance problems begin in the nerves. Elevated blood sugar levels over time can damage nerves, particularly in the feet and lower legs. This condition, known as peripheral neuropathy, may reduce sensation. Without accurate feedback from the feet, the brain receives less information about body position. Managing blood sugar levels and maintaining regular foot care are essential parts of protecting mobility and independence. Control of blood sugar. Eat more. Leafy greens, fish, omega-3s, eggs, nuts, small portions, whole grains, controlled portions. Avoid sugary drinks, white bread, pastries, excess alcohol, processed snacks. Movement helps nerves wake up. Walking, swimming, very good for seniors. Light resistance exercises, gentle stretching. Even small daily movement matters more than intense workouts. Control blood sugar, most important. Improve circulation, walking daily. Use doctor-prescribed nerve medications. Support nerves with vitamins B12, B1. Strict foot care. Be consistent for months, not days. Smoking affects nearly every organ in the body. Over time, it can damage blood vessels, reduce circulation, and impair oxygen delivery. These changes may influence muscle function, nerve health, and overall physical performance. The encouraging news is that positive changes begin almost immediately after quitting. The body possesses an extraordinary capacity to heal. Daily brisk walking, 15 to 30 minutes. Breathing exercises, deep belly breathing, steam inhalation, gentle, not excessive, staying hydrated, thin mucus. Foods that support lungs. Ginger, garlic, green vegetables, citrus fruits. Regular walking, best medicine. Low-salt diet. Healthy fats, fish, olive oil, nuts in moderation. Controlling blood pressure and cholesterol. Quit smoking completely. Improve lung function with breathing plus walking. Support heart with exercise plus diet. Reduce inflammation with whole foods. Give the body time, months to years. Alcohol affects the brain's ability to process balance information. Even moderate amounts may influence coordination in some individuals. Long-term excessive use can contribute to nerve damage and instability. Awareness, moderation, and professional support when needed can help reduce these risks. The best fix is to stop completely for recovery. It also helps to seek therapy and medical support. Surprisingly, many falls occur in familiar places. The living room, the bedroom, the bathroom. Loose rugs, poor lighting, electrical cords, and clutter can all create unnecessary risks. The solution is often simple. Making the home safer today may prevent a serious injury tomorrow. Sometimes the most effective fall prevention strategy is simply seeing your environment through. Quick fixes would be to declutter, do a yard sale, and seek help for impulsive buying from family, friends, and support groups. Perhaps the most important reason balance declines is surprisingly simple. Many people stop practicing it. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with use. The body adapts to the demands we place upon it. When we challenge balance safely and consistently, the brain, muscles, nerves, and joints work together to become more efficient. Small daily exercises can make a remarkable difference. Standing on one foot while holding a chair, walking heel to toe, practicing Tai Chi, gentle balance routines. These activities help maintain stability and independence. Because balance isn't just about avoiding falls. It's about preserving freedom. The freedom to walk confidently, to travel, to play with grandchildren, to remain active in the life you love. And that is worth protecting. Balance is not something you either have or lose. It is something you practice. And anything that is not practiced gradually weakens. The good news is that the body remembers. With gentle, consistent training, stability can often improve again. Even simple movements, standing on one foot, slow walking, controlled transitions, help rebuild the body's natural coordination. Balance is not just physical. It is freedom. Freedom to move confidently through life at any age.